Have you ever felt like your emotions are piling up like clutter in a closet? You know the kind of closet I'm talking about, the one you've been meaning to clean out, but you're a little afraid to open? Well, for many of us women in perimenopause, our emotional life can feel like that. A closet packed with old emotional wounds, resentment, guilt, old versions of ourselves. But the good news is, menopause is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. And decluttering emotionally is a way to make room for joy. Today, we're going to understand what emotional clutter is, how to spot it in your own life, and 3 practical steps to start releasing it without guilt. So, what is emotional clutter? It's anything that you're carrying that is weighing you down at the present. It could be people-pleasing habits that no longer fit the woman that you're becoming. It could be roles that you've outgrown, fears and expectations that don't align with you anymore. And it also could be unhealed past experiences. As we talked about, these old childhood wounds, right? It could be abandonment, rejection, betrayal, humiliation, or injustice that are weighing you down and you need to release. That's why I'm encouraging to join my free Zoom class in September. Yes, we got a date now. It is Sunday, September 7th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, completely free. And it's going to help you to get on that road to just declutter emotionally, because decluttering is not just about, cleaning up your space. It's about making room for who you are right now. So step 1 in releasing emotional baggage is identifying your personal emotional baggage. I know for me, when I got into my late 40s, I realized I was carrying this guilt because it was like making the decision between recognizing my limitations and living up to expectations of others. And that was like really weighing me down, because we have to learn how to put our oxygen mask first and prioritize our self-care without feeling guilt. Otherwise, it burns us down, right? So what I want you to do is think about the following questions. You can write them down. If you have your journal, write them down. And if you want to pause and answer them now, you can, or, think about it and answer it later. But this is the first question. What is something I know I've outgrown emotionally? That's number 1. Number 2 is, where am I feeling drained? 3, what thoughts or situations keep looping in my mind over and over again? 4 is, am I still making room for roles or people that exhaust me? That's definitely something that we have to release. And we're holding on to people who do not serve us, right? They just suck the life out of us and drain us. Number 5 is, what is something I've been carrying that no longer feels that it's mine? If it's not yours, let it go. Release it. All right, so write those down now or later, whichever you decide best, okay? So step 2 in decluttering emotionally is to set new boundaries. And here's the thing about boundaries. They're not walls, they're clarity. So these are some important things to keep in mind. I'm going to give you 3 things to keep in mind. Remember that you're allowed to say no without an apology, right? After you've weighed the situation, evaluated the circumstance, and really decided that a commitment is not going to work for you, it's going to burden you down emotionally, then it's okay to say no without needing to apologize. You don't have to say, I'm sorry, but I can't. You can just nicely say, no, I'm not available. Step 2 is say yes to yourself. Recognize that prioritizing your self-care is essential. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a priority. So what I call R&R, right? Key, recognize and respect your limitations. Because I was struggling with this. I would recognize when I reached my limit, I was tired and my body was saying, no, stop, but I wasn't stopping, I was pushing through. So we have to do both, recognize and respect those limitations. And the third thing is, you can say, not right now. So maybe it's something that you can do, but you can't do it at the moment. So it's okay to be very clear and specific in letting the person know when you are available to take that task on, right? Because not being able to say no contributes to our emotional clutter. And I want you to, in your mind, think, when was the last time you said yes when you really meant no? It's something that we do all the time. And again, it's contributing to us feeling those heavy emotional loads. So I want you to give yourself permission today to start protecting your peace. So we're going to continue with step 3, which is release with intention. Okay? So how do we actually let go? We're going to just start a gentle process, right? With 4 steps that you can write down as well. First, you're going to name the emotion. Am I feeling anger, sadness, or fear? And then just take a step back. You can take some deep breaths, maybe 2 deep diaphragmatic breaths, right? And ask yourself, is this mine to carry? And then 4, just say out loud, I choose to release what no longer belongs to me and no longer serves me. Okay? So you're going to take those 4 steps and you're going to repeat this affirmation. I am making space for peace, purpose, and joy. And then here's another journal prompt for you. What would I have space for in my life if I released this emotional clutter? Really interesting questions to get you to do some soul searching and, begin to understand, process your emotions, and release that emotional clutter. So let's recap what we talked about today. We identified emotional clutter. We talked about setting boundaries and also releasing with intention. And, that's powerful work. And if today's topic stirred something in you, you're not alone. Because so many of us that are, especially during perimenopause, we start feeling the weight of things that we thought we let go of. But often that emotional heaviness is rooted in our earliest experiences and those old wounds, those unmet needs, beliefs we took on in childhood that we never got a chance to release. So join my free Zoom class Sunday, September 7th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be about the hidden link between menopause and those childhood wounds. And it'll help you start lightening up those emotional loads and reclaim your joy. So in the class, we're going to dig deeper into defining those childhood wounds and helping you to see the link, how they may be fueling your stress and anxiety and other menopausal symptoms. It's time to release the weight of those old wounds from the past and feel light again, inside and out, right? So it's a free gift for all my subscribers. But I also encourage you to invite a friend, and they can also subscribe and take advantage of the class. And all you have to do, there's a link that will be down below in the description. You can click on that link, fill out the registration form, I'm ready to go. And you can also type in the comments, I want to heal, to let me know you are ready to lift the load off. Okay, so let's lighten the load together. See you in class.